remember the Anderson Silva, the greatest of all time. I think that's why I think what GSP did so well is he was like, I'm done. You know, I did my thing, crushed it. I made my money. I left a good taste in people's mouths of who I am as a man, as a competitor, what I accomplished, and then I'm going to be out. The Barry Sanders, if you will, you know. It's always good to retire before people think you should, because the fans always want more out of you. You know, selfishly, the fans, all of his fans in Brazil, they want more out of Anderson Silva. Keep going, keep going, keep going. But before you know it, you know, you lose, you know, in devastating fashion again, or you lose that bad again, and then people can kind of forget. So I would like to see him hang it up, even though, you know, it sounds like he's going to. But I would have said this 2-3 fights ago as well. Man, wow. He's a icon in Brazil. You know, he's a worldwide, you know, superstar when it comes to mixed martial arts. I never want to talk about someone's money or what is enough money or what is enough legacy or whatever, but I feel like he should have enough legacy, should have enough money, should have enough happiness, should have enough of what he's built to be able to sail off into the sunset.
So then what do you think it is that brings someone back at that moment? Like, what is it, like if you had to get inside of his mindset, knowing what it's like to be a fighter?
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the difference. And I don't want to bring other people up, but I think there's definitely been guys that you're like, okay, that guy's only fighting because he blew a bunch of money. He needs some money. Right. He needs to make a paycheck.
Oh, if I was in Brazil, dude, with the drugs and women, I'd have blown it all, dude. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'd have hopped back into the ring on one foot,
dude.
Man.
And that's the thing. But I don't think I
right. You're not saying that about him.
No, I think Anderson Silva is the guy who just. I bet he's set for life. I could be wrong. You know, like I said, I don't know the guy personally, but there's a lot of guys where you say that guy right there, I know why he's stepping in the cage tonight. He needs another paycheck. He needs to, you know.
Like Nick Diaz, you mean?
Well, yeah.
I just made that up also.
No, I mean, I don't know. I wonder, I don't know how those Diaz brothers are doing. I bet they're doing all right, but I mean, I know Nate Diaz did all right when that Conor fight, made a couple million, but you know, it's tough because I'm going to get to that point eventually, you know, where people are like, dang, it's time to hang it up, you know, but I'm in my mind, in my camp with my coaches, it's something you always have to go back to your family and your coaches, because you're never going to want to quit. You know, you're never going to want to stop unless
right. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. You're never going to want to quit.
No, even though like a guy like GSP, I mean, there's him on record saying he hated fighting. Like he would show up to the arena and pray to God that a comet would come down and hit the arena and they would just end his misery. that someone would pull the fire alarm, that there would be a bomb threat, that there would be something where he would just be like, thank God I could go home and don't have to do this. You know, he talked about and documented kind of like the anxiety that the guy went through. And this is one of the greatest of all time, a guy who looked unbeatable at times, you know?
Still does.
Still, yeah. I mean, I think he could come into the cage right now and at 155, 170 and win the freaking title. 185 possibly, you know? So you never know what's motivating a guy, but you got to go back to your coaches, you know, your closest of kin, your mentors, your family, and then the people around you that know no matter how much more that you accomplish, how much more money you